We're at JD Sports here in Oxford Street, London.
Penny boys.
Do you know the song?
Yeah.
Go on.
No.
A little verse.
It's the Penny. We penny boys to fly. Now, coming from a fat geezer from a 37-year-old from Essex, not quite as street as Lawrence Okoli doing it, but I've got bars, isn't it?
You've got bars. He's fighting again, isn't he?
Who?
Bars? Or has he fought
Bars
again?
is fighting Pulev. Weird fight.
Oh yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
Mental. It's the sportiest and casualist I've ever seen you look.
You know.
But your trainers cost about 500 quid and your jeans probably
And the
cost about 7, so...
Yeah, River Island jeans.
Oh, okay.
I like River Island good.
Yeah, good turnout today. Good,
No, nice little to do a little event. Obviously, fight week is upon us. Fight week is kicking off really with Wednesday night, the workout of all the fighters on the bill down at Wembley Arena. Get yourself down there from 5:30. Doors open, of course. Friday, the big workout, the big weigh-in. Sorry, expecting around 8,000, I think, for that. It's going to be amazing. And nervous, excited, just buzzing. Sitting in the office, just watching all the Sky content and shows tonight. Actually, no, it's on now, isn't it? The Vladimir Klitschko behind the ropes, Anthony Joshua behind the ropes tomorrow night, and a special 1-hour documentary on BBC One. We're cracking the mainstream, baby. Special shout out to Goalhanger Films, Gary Lineker, Wayne Lineker. The crew done a great little documentary on Anthony Joshua, as I said, 10:45, BBC One. Cracked it, and as I said, I keep telling you, the whole of the country is going to stop on Saturday night for this fight. Absolutely massive.
We've had to wait 3 years since...
It's gone quick though, hasn't it?
Kind of.
When we did Froch Groves, I wondered if we'd ever do it again. And I wasn't sure if we'd ever go back with something bigger, but we have. And I can't wait just to be in there with that amount of people, you know, just looking around. I watched the Froch show last night about the whole Wembley show. Just amazing when you see people in the crowd enjoying themselves, just having a great time. And I really think everyone in there on Saturday is just going to have a night they'll never forget.
Compare it though, compare it for me, what you were thinking start of that week compared to...
What, Froch Groves?
Yeah.
Different really. That was kind of like, I felt more for Carl personally in that, like at the stage in his career, because there was the rivalry and it was quite personal for him. Do you know what I mean? Where this is more, that wasn't a fight. The occasion could cement the legacy, but the win wouldn't cement the legacy. Do you know what I mean? Carl had already done that with his career. That was just about the win against George Groves. This is more about legacy. This is more about changing the face of the sport. This is more about projecting yourself to be the biggest star in world boxing. And this is a fight where there's more uncertainty. You know, we knew a lot about Froch Groves. We saw the first one. They'd already fought. This is a fight where you haven't really got a clue. You know, is Joshua good enough? Is Klitschko past it? Is he going to fight, more competitively than he has done in time because he's more determined than ever? Is Joshua I don't know the answers. I believe Joshua's going to win by knockout, but there's so many doubts, isn't there? Does he have the stamina? Does he have the chin? Does he everything? And I'm a lot more nervous at this stage of fight week than I was for Froch Groves, because I really believed, and although I believed Joshua was going to win, I was really sure that Carl Froch was going to stop George Groves in that fight. And here, I believe AJ is going to win, but there's so much uncertainty and so many people talking. And the more you're around Vladimir Klitschko, the more you kind of think, does he know something? Because he seems like he knows something. He seems like he has that inner confidence that he has too much for Anthony Joshua. He has too much experience, and that, I think he feels that's going to pay dividends on the night.
I asked this to Tony Bellew, if Joshua is successful on Saturday night, will he get the proper credit he deserves?
This is a problem with I think the British public and British sport. They're always looking, but if he KOs him in 2 rounds, the people say, "Oh, well, he's finished anyway." The answer is, he's definitely not finished. Is he as good as he once was? You'll find out on Saturday night. I think you'll see it, and maybe not. He's still a top 3 heavyweight in the world. What, #1 in the Ring magazine rankings? I mean, he's beaten by Fury, who's out of the game. But outside of Fury, he's the best heavyweight in the world. No question about that. So,
what about the people that say that Fury's already done this year and after?
unbelievable. you can't take away. But people think, oh, you're not acknowledging Fury. Of course I am. Watch all the interviews. I tell you, what a win. The problem is, it's not just about the win. It's about going on. It's about securing your legacy in the sport. And he had the opportunity to do that, and he didn't do it, and he hasn't done it yet. And I hope, and I honestly mean, that he comes back and does secure that legacy. He'll always have that win. No one can take it away from him. But he had the opportunity to go on and be a great. He didn't become a great. What he did was great. You've got to go on and actually do that. He could be in fights with Anthony Joshua, with Deontay Wilder, with Joseph Parker. And off the back of that performance, you've got to say he has a chance to beat all those guys. But he's not doing it. So I can't, people say you're disregarding Tyson Fury. I'm not. I like the guy. I think he's great for the sport. What a great win. He's out of the game. He ain't in the game. He ain't close to the game. He's got so much to overcome to get back in the game. And we all hope, God willing, he does overcome that and come back. Because we want to fight him. And I know you want to see the fight. But it's so far away at the moment. Not because of us.
Do you still picture that? Do you still think ahead and think...
Of course, mate, I'm a promoter. Fury versus Joshua is a promoter's dream. But you can't even consider it. It's so far away. There's so much that has to be overcome. He has to get in shape. He has to get in condition. He has to go before the board. He has to go before UCAD or VADA or whoever calls him in. It's a long way away. But I hope the people behind him, and I hope that Tyson is saying, let's get rolling, because we want to see him back. But at the moment, you can't even put him in the frame or the picture. But you can never take away what he did, because for that we have massive respect as a fight fan. And he went out there when no one thought he could win, and he got the job done.
What have you made of the situation regarding Joseph Parker and Hughie Fury?
I didn't believe Hughie Fury would take the fight. I think we've had interviews before. I was with Parker's people 4 or 5 days ago. Asked them what I said to him. This fight ain't happening.
The statement released said Hughie Fury's injured, so...
He may be injured, but maybe I was just right that, but... nothing seemed right. Sometimes a fight, it's a bit like Pacquiao. Some things just don't seem right. Why is this fight 3 weeks away? I'm not really hearing anything about it. When are they flying out? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Does he retain his mandatory position? With other governing bodies, if you don't fight and you're the mandatory changer, you're out. Which would be devastating for Hughie, and I want to see him in big fights as well. Honestly, it doesn't matter whether they're with me or not. I want to see all these guys in the division come through. It doesn't matter if it's Dillian, if it's Hughie Fury, if it's Ian Lewinson, if it's Dave Allen, if it's Gary Cornish, Sam. The more heavyweights, the better, from top to bottom.
Have you been in touch with Parker's people?
Yeah, that's what I had the meeting about in London.
About Bellew?
Yeah, that's what we had the meeting about.
And what are they saying?
They're desperate to fight Tony Bellew. They're desperate for the paydays.
Over here? Yeah.
Yeah, but same with Deontay Wilder. They've been on. They look at Tony Bellew and they think, pumped up cruiserweight, right? Look at him. You don't think you could beat him? What's he ever done? Masternak, Makabu, Flores, Hay. That's only his last 4 wins.
Dangerous. Fight you me fucking does, Caravan. You fight you me fucking does, Caravan. No, I'm only messing. I'd just fight anyone. Absolutely.
Who was that an impression of, brother?
Don't know. You'll do
Snatch.
fucking nothing. You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
That is the worst Conor McGregor.
Do you
Said it
what?
was Conor McGregor. You do nothing.
It's better than yours.
You'll do nothing.
No, that's awful.
You'll do nothing.
What's that?
You'll do fucking nothing. How's that? You and him together. Now that's a proper way to say
He's
it.
in press conference mode. Yeah, we had a meeting with Parker's people. They're desperate for the fight. Wilder fancies the fight. I reached out to David Hayes' people today, I think, and said, look, we're going to make our plans soon. I have no idea. When could Hay fight? October, November, December? It's a fight I think the fans would like to see as well, the rematch. But he does want to fight for the World Heavyweight title. So
You said previously that he will probably only fight once. Speaking to him the other day, he's now saying there's possibility he could fight twice. When-
Depending on what fight it was and depending on the result. But I think twice.
Is it either Hay or a world title for him?
Yes.
Keys to the castle. Pauper.
Oh yeah, right.
Either that's it. That's
Yeah.
the only option.
World
for him.
Heavyweight title, David Hay.
Yeah.
The only option.
So Fury, Dylan White, these don't come into it.
No, I don't think the Fury fight comes into it for Tony. I think he wants to fight Joseph Parker or Deontay Wilder, or if the Hay rematch comes around on the terms that he wants, and Hay is actually ready. Don't forget, we can't wait till like January, February, March next year. We're only in April. He wants to fight September, October, November, December, maybe, but.
If he's going to get 2 fights in summer or not?
No, definitely not summer.
Definitely not.
He won't box before September. No way.
So September, then maybe the end of the year.
People tweeting me going, stick him in with Parker on May the 6th. I'm just like, joking. Couldn't do a round at the minute. As he says, only a fat kid from Liverpool, you know what I mean? So he won't fight till after September. No.
September, December could work.
No, he'll fight once this year.
What we were saying the other day.
He'll win the world heavyweight title in October, November. Defend it against AJ in the unification in April next week. So.
Wouldn't surprise me. All right, well listen, we'll catch you Wednesday.
Catch you outside, how about that?
Catch you Wednesday.
Catch you Wednesday, how about that? Where are we going Wednesday? Oh, the workout, don't forget. Get yourself down there, 5:30. We got 8 Olympians on this card. We've got 4 gold medalists. Vlad, AJ, Katie Taylor, Luke Campbell. Then we've got another 4 Olympians. Darlis Perez, Joe Cordina, Josh Kelly, Lawrence Okoli. They'll all be there, along with Scott Quigg, Freddie Roach, Viriel Simeon. And we start at 5:30. Vlad's in the ring about 7:45, 8 o'clock. AJ shortly after that. And
Will Wilder be there?
yeah, I think so. I believe Wilder's. I think you got Wilder, Hay, and Bellew working fight week. Got to keep them apart. You've got Evander Holyfield and you've got Lennox Lewis working as well. I think they're on the RTL team. I think Paulie coming over? Showtime? I'm not sure. Yeah, so it's going to be mental.
Only Buffer in the ring, isn't it?
Yep. Only one MC.
Didn't know if he was going McDonald's, Buffer, Lennon.
Yeah, I know. That was awkward, wasn't it? Pacquiao Mayweather.
All right. Have you got anything else you want to add?
No, just enjoy the build-up and just remember this week for a long time. Don't miss it Saturday night, baby. It's on.